Healthcare is going through a transformation. It's moving from a system that was for a very long time highly manual and fragmented to something that is more automated and, more importantly, interconnected. Information is really at the center of this transformation. Information-driven healthcare is what the future looks like.
Well, what Dell has been doing to help our customers accommodate the rapid growth in all this digital media and the volume of the digital media has been to provide an enterprise archive that allows our customers to be able to store that digital information from a wide variety of different applications into a single enterprise archive.
Imaging is the backbone. It allows the diagnostic science and the therapeutic science to actually make a bond for the patient in unique ways that before these past few years has never been possible.
There are a lot of different challenges for hospitals, one of which is that the digital images accumulate very rapidly. As a result of a lot of different applications generating very large data files in the imaging set, there is a real challenge to managing that data, moving it around inside the hospital from place to place so that multiple different physicians can view it. It also means that they have to have very large archives. Hospitals have a real challenge in being able to accommodate all of that data.
We absolutely have to focus on the diagnostic imaging process because that's where the largest part of the healthcare dollar is being spent today. Today's IT environment, 73% of the IT budget is spent on just keeping the lights on. There's no money left to innovate. We've got to make sure that we are being clinically relevant so that those physicians can take advantage of the infrastructure that's already there, right, to be able to make sure there's a clinically relevant but also a financially attractive method by which Dell can come in and make a difference in the healthcare industry.
Today, as a result of healthcare reform, there are many new regulations that require hospitals to be much more aggressive about implementing efficient IT environments. Some of those can be quite complicated, and particularly for smaller hospitals or hospitals that don't have really deep and rich IT departments, that can be a daunting challenge. The Dell Unified Clinical Archive provides an enterprise archive that allows hospitals to store all of their clinical information in one easily accessible environment. With Dell's Unified Clinical Archive and this virtualized format, physicians from across the spectrum of a patient's healthcare treatment environment can pull data, share it easily, whenever they need it, wherever they happen to need it.
Care coordination has been identified as one of the key drivers, not just for better quality of care, but also by reducing the cost of care. A simple example would be, I go to my primary care physician, she recommends a chest x-ray. It used to be a film that would be handed over to me. Today, instead of that film, the digitized images gets burned on a CD and gets handed over to the patient. And then I take that and go to my specialist. Now, the fact is that depending upon what applications you're using, the format of the image is going to change. And you may or may not be able to pull up and look at that image in the first place.
The ability then to suggest that maybe if you've already had a chest x-ray or a pathology exam and they simply can't share it and you end up having another one, that's not cost effective. It's a waste of time and money and increases risk.
A real big challenge for today's healthcare institutions is the requirement as part of healthcare reform to provide effective disaster recovery.
Disaster recovery is a big thing that right now, how do people do it? If I'm a small hospital, I'm a 200-bed hospital, I have one data center. If I want to do disaster recovery, I need to get another data center, which means cost.
What we do with Unified Clinical Archive is we give you the ability to store that data in the cloud in two separate data centers. Each data center is 2,500 miles apart from the other. What that means is that all of the different constituents of a patient's healthcare, his primary care physician, a specialist, an oncologist, a surgeon, any other specialist, all of them can now pull data directly from the archive and look at it all at the same time and collaborate. Those people who are taking care of that patient can see that data more quickly, provide diagnosis advice more quickly. That drives treatment more quickly, and hopefully that solves whatever the patient's problem is more quickly, gets them out of the hospital and reduce costs.
What we have here is an end-to-end solution to your medical imaging challenges.
It's clinically relevant. You're going to be able to share images between physicians. The fact that it's operationally efficient, right? One archive is less expensive than 3 or 4. And it's financially attractive. You pay for it by the drip.